Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome back to another Dylan Tech Tip. This week, especially with the launch of the 8x8 and 33 touches that y'all have been talking about in class, I am going to be going over KVCore campaigns, templates, how to edit these campaigns for yourself, and that way you can really personalize them while keeping everything somewhat automated. So the first thing I'm going to do is show y'all the two new campaigns that we have going on. So if you go to the KV Core dashboard right here, and then go to All Marketing, Smart Campaigns. So here is where you will see the list of all the company campaigns, the default KV Core. And right here at the top, you see we have the 33 touches in 8x8. These two campaigns are something you're going to have to turn on um, yourself, so it does not automatically start when a new lead is added. So if you are looking to use these, make sure that you go to the contact and start this campaign because they will not automatically start. But here is your campaign screen. So here is where you can see all the current campaigns. And then right here at the top, we also have a templates button. So this is where you kind of build the bones of your campaign. This is where you assign emails, text messages, calls, tasks, or a webhook. And it's really simple. All you do is hit the add template. For example, if I'm doing a text campaign, you can choose to share it with the company or keep it to yourself. And that's what the scope part means. So for example, if I'm doing a company one that anybody can access, and I'm just going to name it test. So when I add this template to a campaign, the name of it is going to be test, and it's going to automatically send a text message with the content text. And all you do is hit add template after that. And if we scroll over to our text messaging templates, we can see if we look up test, it will be there. So there it is. And here you can clone or you can edit it directly. So that's just a simple way of creating your templates for your campaigns. So if you wanted to do a personalized email that gets sent out automatically, here is where you would go to build the email. But if we are talking about campaigns and we want to create something automatically that is reminding us of task, sending out automated emails, sending out automated text messages, this is the screen you want to be at. So you can either choose to come in here and take a campaign that's already built, which I highly suggest because they do have a lot of great content in it. So for example, the 33 touches one, we can clone the campaign or we can just go ahead and use it as is. But if we were to clone it, we just go through this right here where we can edit the triggers for it, who it's designed for, set the details of it, and then once you hit finish, it will create a copy that is for you that doesn't touch the company one. So if you are looking to edit these, make sure you just go ahead and clone. Not going to save my changes. Just go over there and hit clone campaign and you'll be able to edit. However, if you are starting from scratch, you need to be on the main campaign screen and all you do is hit add campaign. Um, so if I, for example, we're going to set up a test one, we're going to keep it to myself. We're going to do if a lead is new. You can select the source. So if you want campaigns that are automatically started for any sort of Facebook traffic you get, you can select the source here. There is also some other stipulations you can put in. So for example, if you wanted to go on certain hashtags, so if you are doing a lot of foreclosure lists and you want to send out a foreclosure list type of campaign, you can easily do hashtag foreclosure on all the contacts that need it. And then when you are creating your campaign, if you type in foreclosure here, it will automatically apply to all those with the hashtag foreclosure. You can get a little more advanced with triggers. You can keep adding them, and this is just logic to determine if a campaign is going to be added to a contact or not. So if you want a subset of your foreclosure, if you have a bunch of clients under the foreclosure hashtags, but you don't want to hit all of them, you can sit here and set logic to make sure it hits the specific people you want. Locked means that nobody else can use it. Always run means that it will be assigned immediately if the contact or lead um, hits these filters right here. So be very careful with this. You don't want, a lot of times, you don't want campaigns to automatically run, especially if this stuff isn't set up correctly, because you may get contacts receiving a campaign they're not supposed to. So I'm going to go ahead and hit no. Design for, you can choose, if you're doing a buyer campaign, select buyer, but you can also select multiple. So if you were doing just a general buyer and seller follow-up, you can choose these. Set the details. This is where you just name it and the description of it, so you can go back and easily see what campaign is. So I'm just going to do test. And then you review everything and hit finish. And a new campaign will pop up. So if I search for test, the campaign is right here. And if we click into it, if you haven't cloned a campaign, this is what the default campaign looks like. So you can get rid of all of these if you want, or you can start editing or adding actions. And this is where your templates come in handy. So instead of having to, for example, if I know I need to make a phone call every couple of days, instead of coming in here and every time putting exactly what I need, I can just select the template. So we do have a couple of phone call templates. So for example, if I wanted to do a phone call to determine if they received the materials I sent them from prior task, I can go ahead and just put this template in. You can name it whatever you want, and then you can either run it immediately or you can set when you want it to pop up during the campaign. You can do minutes, hours, or days. I suggest days. So if I want to make sure that I am calling the client 8 days from when I start the campaign, I just need to select time unit days and time value 8. The same goes for minutes and hours. So this is, you can select it to be a task reminder, or if you want to be held accountable by KVCore, you can make KVCore call you when the call is scheduled. So you'll pick up, you'll hear the KVCore automated thing, and KVCore will also call the client and connect you both on a line if you schedule it that way. So if you know you have a few meetings coming up, or if you're scheduling meetings, you can come in here and directly say, phone call for meeting, just a phone call for a meeting, and then set the time. And that way there is no confusion. You'll receive the phone call when you set the time, and your client will as well. So this is a good way to keep track of your meetings and also be held accountable to the schedule you set yourself. But once we see we have everything we need, all we have to do is hit save. And if we scroll down to day 8, we can see it came in here. So if I assign this to a contact on day 8, I will get a notification saying that I need to call them. And here is where you can really start to personalize it to yourself. You can create your own personalized email templates. So for example, your 1-year anniversary email. You don't have to create a 1-year anniversary email each time. You can create one template and then assign it to different campaigns as needed. So I highly suggest that you build the bones of the campaign in templates before actually building the campaign itself. It's going to be a lot easier for you to manage, and also you're going to be able to come back in the future and not have to redo everything when you want to create a new campaign. But once you have the campaign set, the last thing you want to make sure it is actually turned on. That way, if this button is not blue, you will not be able to run the campaign whatsoever. So this is just a simple overview of how to create campaigns and templates, how you can kind of use it to personalize your own automation with your clients, make your emails seem like they're actually coming from you rather than a robot. And it is also showcasing the 2 new campaigns that we have going on, which is your 8x8 and 33 touches right here at the top. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or would like me to dive a little deeper into a certain aspect of this next week, just shoot me a message. But with that, have a happy Friday, and I will see you next week.